Dobrý den, jmenuji se Anna and this is my YouTube channel where I help people learn Czech. Welcome to the second lesson of this unit. Last lesson I talked about formalities and we learned how to introduce ourselves formally. This lesson we are going to review and enrich our vocabulary so you can introduce yourself informally, for example if you are meeting your friends. Let's look at today's dialogue. It's between Anna, her classmate Marta, and her friend. Ahoj. Čau, jak se máš? Mám se dobře, a ty? Mám se také dobře. Ahoj. Kdo to je? To je Petr. Jak se jmenuješ? Jmenuji se Anna. Ráda tě poznávám. Také tě rád poznávám. Let's read it again, and now try repeat after me. Ahoj. Čau, jak se máš? Mám se dobře, a ty? Mám se také dobře. Ahoj. Kdo to je? To je Petr. Jak se jmenuješ? Jmenuji se Anna. Ráda tě poznávám. Také tě rád poznávám. First, we are going to look at the greetings. You can notice that they are only slightly different from the formal ones. Only the person of the verb usually changes. For formal conjugation, we use second person plural, and for informal, we use second person singular. That means that if you are talking about yourself and say sentences like jmenuji se Anna or mám se dobře, it's the same in both formalities. Only when talking to another person in the second person, you'll have to use it. I'm going to talk about it more when we learn verb conjugations. You already know the formal greeting dobrý den. When you are with friends, you don't want to greet them like that, because it would seem too formal and cold. The most common informal way to greet is ahoj, which can be used when meeting someone or when saying goodbyes to someone. Does it sound familiar? It sounds like the pirates ahoy in English. It's funny, because the Czech Republic actually doesn't share borders with any sea. Another greeting used in the dialogue is čau, which has the same function as ahoy, and it's also used quite a lot. There's no difference in the meaning of the words. Both can be translated to English as either hi or bye. Here's the part where it gets really easy if you remember all the greetings from the last lesson. The only thing we'll need to do is swap a few words and ta-da! You can speak informally. Let's look at all the remaining words we have here. It's jak se máš, meaning how are you. Jak se jmenuješ, meaning what's your name. Ráda tě poznávám, which means it's nice to meet you. Také tě rád poznávám, means nice to meet you too. A ty? That means and you. Can you see the difference? It looks really similar. Let's look at the sentences next to each other. The informal is jak se máš and the formal is jak se máte. Máš changed to máte because it's a different conjugation of the verb. The same is with jak se jmenuješ and jak se jmenujete. Only the ending of the verb changed. And in rád or ráda tě poznávám and také tě rád or ráda poznávám, only vás changed to tě. Tě means you as an object, but singular, and that makes it informal. For the same reason, we changed in a ty, the vy, to ty, because ty is a second person singular. The most important verb in the Czech language is without doubt the verb to be or být in Czech infinitive. We are going to learn how to conjugate it today in the present tense. It's essential for creating the past tense and conditionals, so it's really important you remember it well. Let's start. The singular person goes: Já jsem, ty jsi, on je, ona je, ono je. Já jsem is I am, ty jsi is you are, and on or ona or ono je is he, she, it is. Now the plural number. My jsme, vy jste, oni jsou, oni jsou, ona jsou. My jsme is we are, vy jste is you are, and oni or oni or ona jsou is they are. Now the third person might look a bit confusing. I'll try to explain it. Every gender has its own plural, so for masculine it's on in singular and oni in plural. So you are talking about boys, for example, you'll say oni jsou. For the feminine gender it is ona in singular and oni in plural. So when talking about a group of girls, you'd say oni jsou. And for the neuter gender, there's ono in singular and ona in plural. For example, a word for chicken is neuter in Czech. So if you'd be talking about chickens, you'd use onaj jsou. But what do you use if there are both girls and boys in the group? It's simple. If the group is mixed, or if you don't know who we are talking about, you always use the masculine version, so oni jsou. Maybe you've noticed that the personal pronouns aren't used that much in Czech. If you look at the conjugated verb to be, you can see that the conjugation for every person is different. So it's really common to omit the personal pronoun. In fact, if you never do it, you'll sound really unnatural. Usually, we always omit it, and only when we want to highlight that it's me who is fine, or say something like, on the other hand, me, I am well, you use the pronoun. For example, mám se dobře means I am fine. Já se mám špatně. I am not fine. Unlike you, I am not fine. That's how you can imagine it. You'll get the hang of it the more you hear Czech, because it really depends on the feelings and it's pretty subjective. Now let's repeat the verb to be together. Já jsem. Ty jsi. On je. Ona je. Ono je. My jsme. Vy jste. Oni jsou. Oni jsou. Ona jsou. Now, because in Czech we speak fast, we are going to try it faster. Já jsem. Ty jsi. On je. Ona je. Ono je. My jsme. Vy jste. Oni jsou. Oni jsou. Ona jsou. Let's try to create some sentences now. I'm going to teach you some useful vocabulary. Repeat after me. Student. Studentka. Studenti. studentky, učitel, učitelka, učitelé, učitelky, doktor, doktorka, doktoři, doktorky, kamarád, kamarádka, kamarádi, kamarádky, člověk, lidé. For the purpose of this exercise, I put the plurals in brackets. There are certain rules on how to make a noun plural in Czech, but this video would be too long and complex if I explained it. I'm going to cover it in another lesson. Okay, we are ready. Repeat after me and then try to guess the meaning of the sentence. Jsem student. Ty jsi doktorka. On je člověk. Jsou kamarádi. Jsou učitelky. Jsme lidé. Jste studenti. Let's review the results. Did you understand them correctly? Now you can pause the video and try to write down a few of your own sentences in the comments down below. The last thing we are going to learn in this lesson is how to say this is or it is. You see, the personal pronouns in Czech are usually associated with people. It is almost the same as in English. You do not usually go on the farm and tell the chickens, "You are a chicken, and you are a chicken as well." It almost sounds ridiculous. It sounds the same in Czech. So you use instead this is or it is a chicken when telling someone that this is in fact a chicken. In Czech, the grammar rules are, in comparison to English, pretty easy. This or it is translated to Czech as to or tohle. And guess what? This is as well to. So to and tohle is used for both plural and singular nouns. You can already conjugate the verb to be, so the only thing we need to do is put it together. So if you want to say this is, it would be to je or tohle je, and then noun in singular. And for the plural, these are, you can use to jsou or tohle jsou. Only the verb changes based on the number. Now let me show you some vocabulary. Again, I'm going to put the plural of these nouns in the brackets for the purpose of this exercise. Repeat after me. Pes, psy, kočka, kočky, pták, ptáci, kuře, kuřata, telefon, telefony. Now the sentences. Repeat after me and guess the meaning. To je telefon. Tohle jsou kuřata. To jsou kočky. Tohle je pes. And the translation is... Did you get it right? You can create your own sentences and put them in the comments down below so I can check them for you. Or just write them down on a piece of paper. It doesn't matter. The important thing is to practice. Alright, the last thing we are going to learn about to je and to jsou is that it can also be used with people. If you remember the dialogue from the beginning of the lesson, Anna asked about Petr. Kdo to je? And Marta replied, To je Petr. Do you see it? It is the same structure, so you can also introduce your friends to other people by saying to je or tohle je plus their name. So you can say tohle je Petr or to je Marta or tohle je Anna. And you can also pair this structure with the first vocabulary we'll learn today. So you can say, for example, this is a doctor. To je doktor. Or this is a student. Tohle je studentka. Unlike the others, to doesn't change based on the gender, so it doesn't really matter what gender of noun you are using. Finally, let's learn how to ask what is this and who is this. Kdo to je? Kdo to je means who is it or who is this, and co to je? Co to je means what is this or what is it. You can still see the to je. We have just put before the sentence kdo, which means who, or co, which means what. That's the end of the lesson. I hope you learned something new. Don't forget to download the worksheet from the description below. Like, comment and subscribe so you don't miss any of your lessons, and see you next time. Ahoj!